It's the Wednesday before Car and Corvette Nationals, and this is the latest I think I've ever left my house to go to Car and Corvette Nationals, and it is the lightest I'm traveling. Driving the Mercedes this year, I'm just gonna do 2 bikes on the roof. This one's an 87 Predator, unrestored. I cleaned it up, posted it on my Instagram the other day, so it's a little rough, but it's good enough. And then I'm also gonna take the 64 that we had on the roof for Power Tour. That bike was at Car and Corvette Nationals last year too. I just think it'll be cool to have 2 purple bikes on the roof. So normally I tow a trailer and bring a bunch of other stuff, but this year I'm just gonna bring the 2 bikes and drive this car. Wednesday night, we don't get the building until tomorrow morning, but it's so packed in here with stuff. I think this is as like full as we've ever had it, but I don't know. It'll be empty tomorrow, so that's all that really matters. It is the Thursday before Car and Corvette Nationals. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and look at this. I am in a rental minivan. My dad sent me a video at 5:30 this morning, and the building looked pretty open.
So the fun begins. It is now very, very, very early Thursday morning, and we have just arrived in the facility. So give you a little bit of a behind the scenes peek at what this place looks like and what's going on before we start loading. So actually super pumped. They've done a fantastic job clearing this out, and it looks like we could maybe, fingers crossed, get load-in started even earlier. So, whew, so excited to be here.
So they got it cleaned up good from last night, and we're gonna start moving some cars in. I'm excited. This is like, you wait all year for this, and then now it's finally here. So hopefully we see some cool stuff. So this year we did something different where I have a list of every car's VIN, so that I can just search the VIN to find the owner and the spot that it goes in. Problem is, this car doesn't have a VIN that's easily noticeable, but Ryan knew the car, so first car we're driving, 68 Charger Pro Touring. Man, this car runs really nice. Oof, dark in there. This car's pretty. So this is a Vintage Certification 70 Camaro. Vintage Cert is a program we have at the show that basically is like to make sure the car is exactly as it came, unrestored, not modified, like all original everything. So pretty cool to have stuff like this. It's definitely not easy to drive with these plastic things on the steering wheel. 4-speed this car is too. It's cool when you get in these old cars, hit the key, and they just fire right up. Like, you gotta love that. 67 Camaro 4-speed convertible too. Super duper cool. '71 Plum Crazy. Oh, HEMI car too. Sick. It's not every day you get to drive 71 HEMI Charger. Today, I might drive more than one. So the process that Buick here and I seem to have worked out is that car comes off the truck, it should have a sheet of paper in it like this. We look it up in the database, and then we find the spot that it goes in, and we put the car in the spot. Pretty easy. Sometimes it doesn't have the paper, so we have to look it up by the VIN. Sometimes the VIN isn't in the database, so it gets a little confusing, but for the most part, pretty easy. This one's a little nerve-wracking. A Survivor HEMI 4-speed Charger Daytona or Charger 500. Here's a fun thing. Right now, I've only driven HEMI Mopars today. Every Mopar I've driven has been a HEMI. It's freaking crazy. I just had this idea because I saw that this thing has like a receiver, which, side note, I want to add to our golf cart. So I put a trailer hitch in it. We're going to try to tow this trailer to move the bikes. I can't see why it wouldn't work. That tire might drag on the ground. Oh, easy. I think this is Wade Nasseroval's 71 HEMI Challenger. I mean, I know it's a 71 HEMI Challenger. I think it's Wade Nasser. So this one, 68 Charger, but it's got like modern HEMI in it, and we can't get it to start. The alarm is like triggering every time. So it's kind of like that. I love this color too. Yeah. This car drives really nice. We think we figured out the issue with this 68 Charger was that the key fob battery is dead. So I switched it. I put my Mercedes battery in this thing. We're about to see if it fires. It cranks. The alarm didn't go off. There it is. I think this will be the first C8 that I've ever driven, and this is like a Briggs Cunningham something or another. I don't know. It's a cool car. Sounds good. A lot of buttons going on in here.
It's a hell of a car.
I had to run to the hotel to get my coat. It's so cold outside. It's so cold inside in the building. Now I'm ripping my scooter through the Skyway. It's about 4 o'clock and I haven't filmed a ton today. Just kind of been diligently working and moving stuff in. There's some wild cars here already. The floor is pretty full, so it's looking good. It's gonna be an awesome show. I think so far my favorite car here is this Pantera. These are just such cool cars. Someday. Pretty solid lineup of wing cars right there. A couple more right here, a lot more over there. Under this cover is something pretty sweet. HEMI Cuda convertible. It's one of the only ones we've never had at the show, and it's pretty much been seen only online, so pretty stoked. It's an unveiling car, so not allowed to put a video out yet, but it's like 7:45 Friday morning and I just got to the show. I was here till about 11 last night. I didn't make a whole lot of video. I ended up getting sucked into building this lift with a couple other guys, and it was as much of a nightmare as you can imagine. So yeah, I should have filmed it actually. It was chaos. Basically, we built that thing 3 times and did it the wrong way. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff moved in. Move-in went super smooth yesterday. So, I don't know, we've got a lot of cars to come in, but there's already a ton of cars here, so it should be a pretty good day. We just found this Superbird. We have no idea who owns it, so we're moving it. You got it. This reminds me of the one Tim and I had at the Mopar Nationals. thing you might not know about me is that despite not really being a Corvette guy, I love C1 and C2s. I think it's because they're so small, like they just fit me so well. But I'm in a triple diamond C2 right now that is pretty cool. It's an automatic. Guess that could be cooler, but now we're getting to the point where there's a fair number of cars that are like parked or placed, but the owners only want us to move them. So it'll be like, Ian, I need you to move this car, or I need you to drive that car, which is kind of fun.
You should be able to loop in around the last trailer
Awesome.
and then back right in your spot.
Sweet, thank you.
No, there's a Blue 67 coming here and then a Blue 72.
All right, I can't remember what I filmed, and I didn't edit yesterday's video, so this might be a repeat, but I've got two favorite cars so far. I've got more than two, but I've got two cars that stand out in my head so much right now. This unrestored 72 Duster is just awesome. It's like nice enough to be cool, but rough enough to still be cool. Just like absolutely awesome. I would say if this car was for sale, I would very seriously consider buying it right now. I don't know, I just love it. The other one is that red Pantera on the other side of the building. So on Monday, my dad got a call from Magnum, and they're like, hey, do you want the Superbird that was in the Hurricane? Like, yes! So, super sad story, but this car is here. Wild. I mean, I guess they were saying it was filled up to here with sand. And you can see all the sand still on the floor and on the seats and stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's wild to see it in person, too. It's an unrestored original 427 4-speed. This car is super cool. How much? I like this car a lot. Driving a Daytona now. I think it's a 440 car. I didn't look at it before I hopped in, but it's pretty sweet. It's a real Sox and Martin 67. It's not a picture, it's a video. It's just going.
This is like Snapchat when people start taking a video of you and they're like, it's not a picture, it's a video.
So now we're to the point of the show where I haven't recorded hardly at all today, but now it's just like the fine tuning. This car's here, this car's there. We got this in the wrong spot. So just a lot of shuffling to get this stuff dialed in. It's like 6 o'clock, I think. Look at my dad. This is what he does for 3 straight days to set the show up. This is the first car I drove yesterday. I had no idea it had a V10 in it. How cool is that? Sweet, this is Dodge Murata concept car.
There's your child.
What do you guys want?
If they're at your house, stay on the car. Great.
I forgot our Go Jacks at home. Somehow we sourced a set. They're handy, but man. Go Jacks for cars. They're helpful, but man, it's a pain when you have to go jack 10,000 cars around. So we just were rolling past, and I saw his dash plaques from every car show this dude's been to, so it is fitting that that's this car. So Kale's car is absolutely incredible. It's got an LS motor in it, but I don't know, it's just a super duper cool build and runs awesome. It's about 9:30. We got the floor pretty well set up. I feel like my eyes are falling out of my head. My lips are dry. My hands. So it's been a really good day. This is a pretty cool setup here. These 3 cars are owned by 3 kids or 3 guys under 25. I think we have like 20 or 25 under 25 entries. So that's pretty sweet, I think. And yeah, we're just gonna go around and like tidy stuff up. So it's like 10:30 and Ralph Shields just towed this thing here himself. Like, that's his truck and trailer. So he just got here, so we just unloaded it. This car is so cool. We saw it for the first time on Power Tour, which is like absolutely incredible car. Super, super cool. Ralph just told my dad to park it wherever, so my dad's driving this thing now. How's she run?
Fantastic. It's unbelievable. I want to keep driving.
Right? Yeah. Too bad you can't go over 6. All right, so I think that's a pretty solid place to end it off. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Tomorrow, it's going to be just probably a video of like my favorite cars from the show and the coolest or weirdest stuff here. So again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.